Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Becca, and I am so glad you're joining me today. If you haven't yet, go ahead and make sure that you subscribe so that you can hang out with me every time that I post a video. And so yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. It has been snowing in Louisiana, friends. I don't mean just, usually when it snows, it's just kind of like random. It'll snow and it just turns into like muckiness because it's muddy here and it's wet and it's damp, and then it'll freeze over, and y'all, we're not ready for it. We don't know what to do with this. This time it snowed, and it legit snowed. It's been really kind of cool to me, but again, we're on complete shutdown. Nobody can go anywhere because we don't have the tools necessary to make sure our roads are taken care of so that they're safe to drive on, and we don't know what we're doing here. Okay, we don't know what to do with this. Give us 100-degree weather and we're ready for that. We know how to deal with the heat, but we don't know what to do with the ice and the snow. So yeah, we're supposed to have another winter storm blowing in, so really praying that does not happen because they're talking about freezing rain, and it's not looking good for us here. So I'm really praying that the Lord comes through and does not send us any more wintry weather. We don't know. We don't know what's happening. And for you, girl, being inside all day makes me a bit stir crazy. But let me tell y'all, my friend Chelsea called me and she was like, hey, me and my brother are out riding around. Do you want me to come pick you up? So here they pull up. They've got a trailer hooked to their four-wheeler, and I hop in the trailer, and then we actually go to this open parking lot and pull around. First we got a tire, and we pulled each other around on the tire, which was a lot of fun. And then we tied up a sleeping bag. Yes, we did, onto the and we were drug around on that, which was super fun. I actually got thrown off on that one, but I think maybe because of it's got that slick on the the outside of it, and so you can really get it's got some good traction, I guess, right there. I don't think that's the word I'm looking for, so don't worry about that. Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about our health. I actually posted about this the other day. I was like, okay, when I use the words health, wellness, and fitness, what's the first thing that pops into your head? And I had two very different responses. One side leaned to the sign me up, I'm ready, I want to know and do all the things, right? And so we have people who lean into it and they're like, yes, health, wellness, fitness, I want to know it all, I want to do it, I want to be a part of it. And then you have the other side of things, which feels like I need to do better, like I'm not doing it right, I'm not doing enough of it, or whatever. It kind of, you kind of have the opposite side of things where it feels overwhelming, or like you just don't measure up, and that kind of thing. So there's two very different perspectives. So if you fall into the other category where you're like, I feel like I'm not doing enough, I feel like it's just overwhelming, it's too much, I don't want to have to deal with it because I feel like I'm always let down, I want you to hang on, okay? We're going to talk about health and wellness and fitness, but not just in the physical side of things. There's so much more to it, to being healthy and well, than just the physical side of things. So for those of you that know, I am very passionate about the physical side of things. It's just something I'm naturally inclined to do. I like physical challenges. I like to eat healthy foods. I don't know. Anyway, we're not even going to go there today. But I enjoy it. Okay. I like the exercises that nobody else likes. And so there's that. But I will say, usually people who struggle with I can't get it right, I'm not doing things right, no matter how much I try, I feel like I end up failing or falling short. It's usually because our society that we live in bombards us with a bunch of false information. They tell us that if you aren't doing this, then you're doing it wrong. Or if you don't look like this, then you're doing it wrong. And they send a lot of really misinformation our way, and it just kind of feels like we can't keep up, or we're never going to get it right. And so what happens is, a lot of times we give up because we're not seeing the results quickly enough. You know, you have all these people that are like, if you want to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, and that's not reality for most people. It's just not. Can it happen? Yes, there is the possibility of it happening, but that's not reality for most people. That's a lot. That's a lot. And so instead of investing in our health, we try to invest in these quick fixes, and you know, they make people feel like you're just not getting it right. And so I just want to say, don't listen to all of the false advertisements that are out there, okay? It's garbage, so don't listen to it. Okay, so don't leave me yet, all right? I'm not going to give you a hard time about what you eat or how you move your body. I'm just not. I'm not that person. I'm not going to should on you, which basically means I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Okay, that's not what I'm here for. I don't want you to feel like there's a one size fits all for what health and wellness looks like, because that's not the truth. We are all created uniquely and individually. We all have different body types. We all have different needs. And so health and wellness is a personal journey that you have to figure out. And so I'm just going to try to help us all figure out what that looks like for us individually. Okay. So, we're not here to judge. We're not here to go, okay, you're not doing this, this, and this, so you're doing it wrong. Absolutely not. We're going to try to figure out what does health and wellness look like for us as individuals, and hopefully pursue just a better quality of life all around for whatever it is that we want to do. So just want to go and also throw this out there. Like, yes, I am very much into health and wellness, but I'm not that person who doesn't eat junk food, okay? I'm not that person who doesn't eat fast food. I enjoy the occasional junk food. I enjoy Taco Bell, friends. Taco Bell and Dairy Queen, my two faves, okay? Let's just throw that out there. Sonic, too, because they have those, what are they? The bread things. What are they called? The pretzel twist. So good, okay? So don't think that I'm on my game just 100% of the time, all right? It's not all chicken, grilled chicken, and green beans around here, friends. It's just not. And I'm not going to ask you to rehaul your life and never eat any of those things again. We're just going to talk about what it looks like to live well, okay? And hopefully we get spurred on to make good choices most of the time, all right? So not just for our bodies, but for our hearts, our minds, our souls, everything, because health and well-being, it's not just about your body, but it's about your quality of life as a whole human being, okay? So there are so many different keywords when we talk about health. There's wellness, there's fitness, nutrition, etc. And honestly, if we were to take those words individually, we all have different feelings about those words. We all have different definitions and interpretations of what those words mean to us. So if you take the word health, for instance, if I asked you what health means to you, what would be your first thought? For the literal definition, it means a state of being free from illness or injury. Just being free from illness or injury. That's it. That's what health means. But my guess is that that's not probably what you thought of when I said, what does health mean to you? And if we take it a step further and look like, and took the word healthy, how would you describe like being healthy? What does healthy look like for you? And the word is defined as in good health, well, fine, or fit, which then leads to the question of, okay, so what does well look like? What does fine look like? What does fit look like? Because the reality is that we all have our own definition and opinion about what healthy or fit looks like for us. You take the average person and put them in comparison to an Olympic athlete, and their versions of healthy and fit are going to look very different, right? Like my version of healthy and fit is not going to be the same as Simone Biles, okay? We are very different people with very different goals in life, and so our versions of healthy and fit are not the same. So I believe that as we dive into this topic, that God is going to give us a revelation of what it looks like for us to pursue health and well-being as for our individual selves, okay? So I would say that first things first, that we should take it before the Lord. Always take it before the Lord. like, God, I need help knowing what is right for me. Where do you want to take me on this journey? What do you want me to do? Like, help me and show me what decisions I need to make for me. So there's so much noise out there right now, so much noise, specifically targeting the health and fitness industry. There's fad diets, weight loss programs, exercise programs, and it's always a competition on which program to choose, or like which diet you're gonna do. And if you're not doing this diet and you're doing that diet, well, that's wrong, and this is why. And there's supplements and there's so many things out there, and I'm not saying that any of those are bad. I'm not saying anything like that. What I am saying is there's not a one size fits all. What works for somebody else may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for somebody else. So don't think that just because it's working for somebody else that it is going to be a good fit for you. You have to find your good fit. And so because we're all uniquely made, we all have different things, and our bodies function a little differently from person to person. So just because it's working for quote unquote everyone else doesn't mean it's going to work. Doesn't mean it's what's right for you. Okay, so don't be afraid to do what is right for you, even if it's not in line with what everybody else is doing. You don't have to jump on whatever bandwagon is making its way around at the time. You can opt out. You have permission. All right, so also, I want you to know that we are not just talking about what you're eating and how you're moving. We are going to be talking about wellness and wholeness in the full sense. There are multiple components of what it means to be well. There is the physical side of things, and we are going to talk about the physical side of things, but there's also emotional health, mental and intellectual health, social health, spiritual health. And so we're going to tap into each one of those as we go through this series and explore some options on how we can pursue good health and wellness in all of those dimensions and aspects. Okay, so because we were created as whole human beings, when we are off in one area, if we're unhealthy, if we're unwell in one area, it will usually we'll usually see it kind of affect other areas of our lives. So don't be surprised if you notice an area that needs some help. And when you really start caring and helping and improving that area, and being intentional about that it also improves your health in other areas of your lives, okay? It's going to positively affect other areas of your lives when you begin to take care of one area, okay? So in the same way, if you notice that you're struggling in an area and how it can negatively affect other places in your life. So just trying to pay attention to the connection of mind, body, soul connection, because God, that's how God created us. I know that may sound like new agey, like mind body connection, but that's literally how God created us, as a whole human being where everything is connected and everything works together. Okay, so we need to really start paying attention to how all of that functions and how all of that works together and how we can care for it effectively. So that's what we're going to be talking about, how to care for ourselves effectively. All right, so for next week, I want us to pay attention. That's literally, I'm giving you homework, so sorry, but and you don't have to participate in the homework if you don't want to. That's your option, right? But I want us to really, if you're willing to take this journey with me, here are some questions I want you to sit with, okay? So let's just start with, how do I feel? How well do I feel in these specific areas? How do I feel, number one, emotionally? How am I feeling in the feelings area? Okay. Emotionally, how do you feel? Number two, how do you feel socially? Now, if you are an introvert, this is not an opt-out question. You're still a social human being. You still have social interactions. Just because you may be less social does not mean that you are not good at being social or comfortable in social areas or shouldn't pursue a healthy social life. So this, and it may be tough also because of our current situation and dynamic in the state of where we're at, but generally speaking, how do you feel you are in your social interactions, whether that be with your family, your friends, at work, whatever? How do you feel you are? How do you feel in your health, your social health? Okay. Number three, how do I feel mentally? And this is, do I do the things that I really enjoy doing for my mind and how I think, and how are my thought processes? How do I think critically? Do I spend time reading? Or if you enjoy reading, I'm not saying you have to be a reader, but reading is good for your brain. But do I do the things that are good for my brain? Do I do the things that are good for my thought process? Do I do the things that are good for me mentally? I think sometimes we opt out of the hard things and we do what is easy, and that's not always what is best. That applies to all areas, not just mentally speaking. Anyways, number 4, how do I feel spiritually? How do I feel spiritually? Where is my relationship with the Lord? Where is my relationship with the church? I know that can be that's a tough one right there. But how do I feel spiritually? And that's really when we want to sit with the Lord and all the things, but specifically that one. And last but not least, number 5, which is going to have we're going to deep dive into number 5. How do I feel physically? Okay, so we're about to I'm going to pull into this a little bit deeper, because this is what we're going to be talking about next week is, do I feel well? And if you don't feel well, if you don't feel physically well, what could be causing this? Where do I not feel well? What is it? Because sometimes we can disconnect from pain in our body if it's been there for very long, okay? We can disconnect from it. And so we really want to make sure that we are connected to our body. We pay attention. Where's the pain? How is this making me feel? What is causing this pain to happen? Examining our eating habits. What are you eating? How do you feel after you eat it? Why are you eating? Are you hungry? Are you bored? Are you stressed? So let's be real. I've been locked down in my house for however long it's been snowing, and I don't know why, but being in the house makes me hungry. Okay, I don't know. All the snow makes me hungry. I guess this is a problem. It's the boredom, right? Boredom can make us want to eat, and so, excuse me, really being mindful of why am I eating? Am I actually hungry, or am I stressed? Am I bored? Am I excited? What is it? Okay. It might even be out of habit. So sometimes when we can associate food with certain activities. So we think that we need this food because we're doing this activity. Pay attention to those things, all right? Just a little thing. Do I drink enough water? This is huge. Most people do not drink enough water. Please drink some water. So pay attention. How much water do you normally drink in a day? Is there pain when you move? Are you limited in your movement? How often do you move your body? Here's the thing. This counts for like cleaning your house, walking the dog, playing with your kids, dance parties, whatever. But how do you move? Do you move well? So look at those things. Okay, friends. Go do your homework, all right? I'm going to post all those questions in the description, so you can go check those questions out. You can copy and paste it. You can look over those questions and just really sit with it throughout the week, and join me next week as we talk about physical health and maybe some ways that we can just small consistent changes so that we can really take care of these beautiful bodies that the Lord has given us. So I'm going to see you back here next week, and we're going to talk about physical health and wellness. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to be notified each time there's a new video, you can hit the bell. And if you want to be extra sweet, you can go ahead and share this on whatever socials you have, because sharing is caring. You guys are awesome. I look forward to hanging out with you again next week, and I will see you then. Bye.